Our first one is Sonia with a title issue.
Does this work? I think so, okay. I'm going to talk about problems. I don't know many people who don't have problems. I know definitely one person who has got 99. The Ruby community right now has 231,755 problems. That's at least the number of open issues on GitHub right now. And this is good news, because I've been told that developers like to solve issues or problems. I don't know anything about this because I'm a full-stack designer. And I know stuff about creating problems, but not really about solving them. And now it happened that I walked into a Rails Girls workshop. Woo, yes, at the beginning of the year. And that's when I met the command line tool and also met Ruby and a lot of brilliant people. And it would have been madness not to stick around and try to solve problems myself. So the one that I'm working on right now is the problem of finding problems first. And there's a thing called Ruby Issues, which is a mailing list that I curate with my team. And we try to figure out what issues on GitHub are essential for the community to work on, or which are tricky to solve, or kind of curious to solve, or kind of bizarre in a way. So we send this out twice a month, and we also get in touch with the maintainers in advance to make sure they respond, or they kind of, sometimes I get a tip of which issues they might want to promote in the mailing as well. My work is supported by Magic Labs in Hamburg and by Odin, who are also known as Parallels. This is pretty cool. The response has been great. We've solved a few issues already, so this kind of ranges from just documentations that are missing or simple bugs that are fixed. But sorry. The other good thing is that at the Eurocamp 2 weeks ago, I think, there was a spontaneous pair coding session, and they solved one issue that we had in the mailing, so that was pretty cool as well. And I think it's a kind of a good opportunity for us when we come together to pair code as well, maybe. So if you have an issue that you would like to forward, I'm really happy to hear that. If you like to subscribe, I think somebody in the audience is tweeting a link, that person over there. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much. And the next is Christian. Your 5 minutes are starting now.
Yeah, thanks. My lightning talk is about lessons I learned in Ansible. Who know Ansible here? Yes. Who using it? Oh, okay. So I started using it 2 months ago. I have to learn it because we need it in a project. And yeah, it boiled down on 3 major points, I think, that I learned. First major point is you can use Ansible to deploy things over SSH on another server that only need Python installed. That's great. The other great thing is if you make it wrong, you cannot reach the server anymore. And then you have to call somebody at 3 o'clock in the morning in the other part of the country and restart this thing. That's not so great. So the first tip is use fucking Vagrant to test that thing locally. The cool thing is you can combine that you just download your Ansible repo on your notebook, just Vagrant up, a virtual machine is spinning up, starting Ansible, and everything works or not works, but you don't kill a productive machine that 200 people need to work. And this is horrible, never do that. And after you test it locally and everything works, you can use it on a product machine, or better on a staging machine that you can destroy. The second thing is, if you don't want to repeat yourself, use Ansible Galaxy. That's a little thing that the nice Ansible guys make for you, where modules are packed to use in your own project. You can just Ansible -Galaxy, get whatever you want, and you get it, and can use it in your project without writing the whole thing again. I spent 2 weeks writing modules before I detect that. And yeah, 90% of my work were repeating what other people already did. That's not very nice, but you know, learning. The third thing I want to mention is that you can use Ansible to, I don't know if you know that you have this cool feature on Linux that is called change root, that you can just, you know, change in a directory and it's behave like a new root file system. And you know, Ansible can use that. So I can make my own image, like pack all my Debian Bootstrap in with my image files in a folder and just run Ansible over this folder and pack that in an image file and can get directly Raspberry Pi images with all my software I need and ship it. This is so freaking awesome because I combine that with our build system and like committing something in my Ansible repo just triggered the build server and build a new image that the developer people can test on their hardware without bugging me to build that for them and without repeating myself too often. So the cool things about Ansible are that you can test everything locally without touching any running product systems, that you can reuse code and also upload it to Galaxy, and that you can make local deployments and pack that in images and be ready for all the cool things that are going to happen with the things you build. So use Ansible, use Vagrant, and reuse code. Thanks.
Thank you very much. Wow, this is quick. Hello, Robin. You're next. If you cross the 5 minutes, I will dance you off stage. So, yeah. 5 minutes start.
Hey there, so I'm Robin, my talk is Yes You Can, and I'm running for president, and you all get cheesecakes for free. So that's my talk, come dance. Anyway, so I'm here to tell you 2 things I learned about running conferences, user groups, and workshops. So it's like 2 short stories. The first one is happened back in 2013. I was in New York and giving a Nodecopter workshop. Nodecopter is basically this little workshop that we also have tomorrow, which is hacking little flying robots. And so, yeah, I was in New York and I met this group of young women who were like super scared about programming and they didn't know anything about programming. But they were still kind of interested. So I told them to open up a text file, an empty text file, and type in an example code I gave them, and they opened Word. So after like finding the right program and help them to write a little example code, they basically got this starting. Oh yeah, this is the drone, by the way. If it crashes, it wasn't me. It should stop at some point, maybe not. Oh, little drone. I liked it. Anyway, so basically I showed them this and they were like, did I do that? And I said, fuck yeah, you did that. And their eyes were glancing and holy shit, I can program. And in the end, they ended up with adding threads of fabric to the drone and imitating the swimming pattern of a jellyfish. And they were totally hooked and no longer scared. And this is totally amazing. And it's just like a little tiny thing. And all the code they needed, I mean, I'm not allowed to have slides, but see my projector. This is all the code I used for this. And this is super enabling and it's super nice to get new people into programming. The other story I have is, as a conference organizer, I feel to have failed if we have the same speakers on the same conference every fucking year. This is not. I mean, I've seen certain conferences doing this, and this is not cool. And I think one of our responsibilities as organizers is to get new talent and new people on stage and highlighting newcomers. But the thing is, if you have to do that, you have to reach out to people. And it usually goes like this. You go like, hey, I've just met you, and this is crazy. I've got this conference. Do you want to give a talk? Maybe. They're like, no, I don't have anything interesting to say. And this is totally wrong. This is also known to some people as imposter syndrome. And for example, Reject.js, our conferences that we're going to have later, also with Ola. She's also an organizing team for that. So I talked to this amazing person, and she was all like, I have nothing interesting. And we had this casual chat together with her, and she was, yeah, I want to build this web RTC multiplayer game because there's data channels in WebRTC that people don't know about. I was like, I fucking didn't know about it as well. Please give this talk. And she continued to, do you actually know about all the privacy and security measures that browsers have? And I was like, nope. So we ended up not getting those talks. But turns out she also had this hack where she hooked up her real ukulele with the web audio API. And we would be insane to not get this talk on stage. So she's giving a talk about the ukulele web audio API at our conference, and she was like days before, she was like, I have nothing interesting to say. So this is total bullshit. Please, 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 you can. So the takeaway for this talk is, I still have 1.5 minutes left. Holy shit. I could do another thing with the drone. Anyway, so I can break it, yeah. Well, I have others with me. Anyway, so what I'm saying is like creativity comes in many ways, and enabling newcomers to join your community actually helps to like surface this creativity and help them to get them in the community. And yes, you can. There's also always something interesting to say, and there's so many amazing people to help you. And if someone tells you can't do that or you're using the wrong programming language, fuck them. Even if it's PHP, I mean. So I've been programming for 15 years now. Yeah, I'm that old. And I'm also in many successful projects. And my biggest secret is basically Stack Overflow. So that's how it is. And for those people who actually program us, you can give support. And by not giving newcomers a hard time, by telling them they're doing wrong, you actually enable a lot. Thank you.
Thank you very much. That was nice. Next one, Ankin. Hiya, welcome. Your 5 minutes start now.
Hi. So we are Team Else the Hamburgers, and we are a live example of what a Rails Girls of Summer of Code team can look like. And we wanted to give you a short preview of our work and tell you something about our Summer of Code.
Yeah, so hi, I'm Ankin, and I have a master's degree in something decidedly non-technical, which is cultural science. And afterwards, I never worked in that again, and instead kept doing more and more technical things. And then after some time of working with engineers, I really wanted to learn how to code, which is how I ended up with the Rails Girls Summer of Code.
Yeah, and I'm studying computer science, and it's my second semester, and I'm studying economy too, but getting into tech right now, that's all I'm thinking about, is really computer science. So I wanted to try out a few new languages, and I got bored with Java at university, as you can imagine. And yeah, started with Ruby.
And the Summer of Code has been mentioned I don't know how many times here already. We really want to thank two of the organizers who are here, I think. Two more. Okay, but you're doing a great job, so thank you very much. And you will find a lot more people involved with the Summer of Code in the audience as well.
Yeah, so we are one of the volunteer teams, which is great because we managed to get a sponsorship even though we did not get into the main teams. So we have ThoughtWorks, and we thank you for that. ThoughtWorks, wherever you are, if you are watching, thank you so much. Yeah. So they are providing us with mentors and coaches, and we have our open source team right on place, so we can ask them anything. And the cool thing is, they don't only help us with the code, they really integrate us in their culture. So we've done like fun activities, like canoeing together, and we are having meals, we're having lunch sessions. So they're just really open, and yeah, I know what a software developer is doing most of the day, thanks to them. And that's really what I wanted to know when I signed up for the Summer of Code.
Yeah, and so like every Rails Girls Summer of Code team, we chose an open source project. And the project we chose is called Leap. Together with Pixelated, the plan is to offer encrypted communication tools for basically everybody on the web, not just people who are extremely tech savvy. And they're starting mostly with email communication, and we're working on Leap, which is their web app. to, well, help out a little with a feature that a lot of people who want to offer encrypted communication have been asking for. And we chose this on the one hand because we have several people in the office there working on it as well, so we have direct access to mentors who know what we're trying to achieve. Plus, we think it's really important to offer a lot of, like, every web user basically the opportunity to communicate without wondering who may be eavesdropping in on everything they say.
Yeah, so what we've done so far is watching a lot of tutorials, obviously, because we don't know anything about Ruby, but after 1 month, we kind of got a hang out of it and started on our first feature that's like super exciting to finally see something on the screen, something that we've made. And we started looking into a few project management tools, like organizing our issues on GitHub, the repository and the Kanban board. And oh my God, we have 1 minute left. Yeah, totally cool HTML, CSS tutorials, and a lot of sessions on JavaScript. Yeah, and we'd love to learn more, and we'd love to talk about tech and open source and everything that's around Ruby, girls getting into code. And yeah, so you can come up to us. Maybe we can exchange some hamburger recipes.
Or follow us on Twitter. It's at Ulster Hamburgers. Sorry, Ulster Burgers. Hamburgers was too long.
Yes, you can see pretty pictures of us there. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. So, wow, almost done. We just have one person left. And I'm very, very proud to introduce Martin. Actually, he's got a new position, and I don't mean the fox. So enjoy. Yeah, and no.
Thanks. Hi, I'm Martin. I'm here because this wonderful conference, OpenTechSchool conference, I think the word OpenTechSchool hasn't been mentioned enough, so I'm trying to change that. I'm from Berlin. I'm part of OpenTechSchool since the very beginning, like 2012. The history is not really clear to me. I organize JavaScript for Beginners workshops sometimes, and I co-organize the web front-end co-learning thing in Berlin, which we do almost every week, and it's quite fun. So I have a little game now for us, and I don't have much time, so you need to be quick. And I want to know who has been part of any OTS event before this conference ever. Please stand up. Okay, pretty cool. So I don't have to say much, but who of those who stand up actually co-organized or contributed something to one of those events, at least once? Raise your arm, please. And the rest still stand up. Okay, pretty cool. And who of those who have one arm raised actually thinks it was a lot of fun and you meet really amazing people? Okay. Okay, thank you. You can sit down again. I just wanted to see the community and you see it too. Right, so OpenTechSchool. We have like lots of chapters in different countries and cities, which is pretty amazing as we started with this little idea. And we mainly do workshops and these co-learning groups or other meetups, and every chapter kind of has a different style. So I'm pretty excited to be here in Dortmund and see what's going on here. The whole thing was very much inspired by Rails girls, so it's pretty cool to hear a lot from them. And sometimes we're partner, we're definitely friends, and we're very inspired by them. We just do the same but a bit different. And yeah, we have lots of different motivations in our community why we do what we do. Me personally, I'm one of those funny guys we saw like early this morning saying like, it's a bit sad with only us, we should have more diverse community. And so otsconf, I would say, is kind of the latest addition to the mix of what OpenTechSchool is. And it's pretty cool to have this new thing. And I think it's really exciting to see that the Dortmund chapter is doing this, yeah, to grow their community and to show themselves. And yeah, I like it. Thank you for that. And I really like that we'll have those workshops tomorrow, which is kind of the core of OpenTechSchool, and have this combined with this new conference thing and everything here in Dortmund, and everybody traveled here, so pretty amazing. Right. Oh, my timing looks good. So now, call to action. We need to grow our community still, and we need to invite new people, even outside of the tech group already. And so, as all these other fantastic initiatives, we have like social media, like we're on Facebook, on Twitter. Follow us, retweet us, show yourself, show what OpenTechSchool is doing, but also do it offline. Talk to people that are not part of your Twitter feed or your followers. I think this is even more important because I think many of us want new people, right? So I can't see. One little thing, we actually have this Foundation EV thing. You can become a member if you want to support this whole thing. Would be cool. Check out the website. Organize a workshop. It's not so hard. Just do it, even if you've never done it before. Start a real little group, and the whole OpenTechSchool family is part of, like, is helping you, and you're part of the family. And we're friends with all the other initiatives, so we're not in a competition. We have this discourse thing, which basically is on our online community, and you can just go there even if you never touched OpenTechSchool before and say hi, ask a question. That's kind of what we want there. And okay, most important, talk to all those people that actually raised their arms, that are active in OpenTechSchool today, tomorrow. We want to hear from you. Thank you.